Well, welcome back to political science class, session number one of the day. Okay, so listen carefully. Due to some health issues, I was unable to take the last two classes for you people, right? Okay. Anyway, we know that as per the timetable, 3rd of September, we have examination, right? PT number one. Okay. So already uploaded the syllabus for you people. I mean, portion for the PT number one. Okay, period test number one. Portions are already uploaded for you people. I hope you observed that one and you already started learning for that. Okay. At the same time, if you want to know the question paper pattern, if you have can write down, you can write down. So first 10 questions are MCQs. First 10 questions are MCQs. Okay. 10 questions are MCQs. Next two. Okay. Next two questions are 2 more questions. Okay. So first 10, they are MCQ. Next to 2 more questions. Next to 3 more questions. 3 more questions. Next to 5 more questions. Okay. So 10 MCQs for 10 marks. Two more questions, 2 in number, 4 marks. So 14 mark. 3 more questions, 2 in number, 6 mark, 14 plus 6, 20 marks. And 5 more questions also 2 in number, 10 marks. So altogether 30 marks. Clear? Clear. Okay. So already we know that one chapter that was already completed, but that's deleted from the syllabus, right? Okay, you don't want to read that chapter. What chapters are mentioned in the syllabus? I mean, for the portions for examination, just to read that only. Okay, clear. Understand? Any doubts, which you can ask. If you want any notes, extra help or something, if you can, if you want, so you can ask me, right? Okay. At the same time, today we know that we want to start a new chapter. Okay, that's from our textbook, Indian Constitution at Work. Indian Constitution at Work. The name of the chapter, Local Governments. Local Governments. Okay, Abdul Hasif. Please check your timetable, Abdul Hasif. Okay, so that's it. Okay, first of all, we want to understand or we want to learn what is a local government and what is the importance of a local government. Such kind of things we have to learn first. Okay. Yeah, even before that, one question is there. What do you mean by a federal government? Federal government. Sanan Jose, what is a federal government? What is a federal government? An idea? Federal government or federalism. What is that? Nonsense. So sad. Amal Roshan, what is this federalism? Amal Roshan, what is federalism? Kevin Goshi, what is federalism?
I mean, so it's like the splitting of governments, right? Like the state, central, and local governments.
Okay, 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 fine. So different levels of government, right? That's what federal system, Okay, the central government and the state governments, the central government and the state governments. This system is basically termed as a federal system. Okay. Then what is the role of local self-governments here? In some cases, if the population of one country is too high, or the geographical area of a country is too vast, okay, it is difficult for the central and state authorities to maintain the administration or rule over that areas. Clear? Very difficult. So a single government, I mean the central or the state governments will become a failure in that concern. Okay, because the population is too high or the area of that country is too vast. In such cases, we need one more level of the government. Okay, one more level we need. That's what the local self-government. What is that? Local self-government or the local governments. Local government. So understand this idea. The student of political science basically want to know what is federalism. Okay, what is that? What is federalism? More than one level of the government is termed as federalism. Clear? So India is an example for a federation. A federation. Okay. How in India we have a central government. Central government. It's called to be the Union Government of India. Union Government of India. And at the same time, there are number of governments. State governments are there, right? Okay, for all the states, state governments also are there in India. Clear? So in India is sorry, India is an example for a what type of government administration? Federation. What is that? Federation. So last year, class 10, you studied about coming together a federation and holding together a federation, right? Coming together a federation and holding together a federation. Number of small states are coming together and they create a bigger unit. Okay, bigger unit. That's what an example of coming together a federation. Coming together a federation. Smaller states are coming together, they will join together and they will create a bigger unit that increase their security and that increase their economical prosperity. Okay, that is called to be coming together federation. Holding together federation, the central government will hold tightly the smaller units. Okay, so India is an example for holding together federation. Okay, so first of all, understand. Okay, different levels of the government. Okay, in a federation, we are able to find different levels of the government. So local government is the last level or last level of such government. Basically, it is related with village panchayats. Village panchayats. Okay, clear or not? So, in democracy, always we are facing a problem. Do you know what is that? What is the basic problem of democracy? Can anyone tell me? The basic problem of democracy, what is that? Is something related with decision making.
Take more time to make decisions.
Definitely, it will take more time to take decisions. Okay, good. Then, any other things? Come on fast. 1 minute. Any other problems are there?
People can't directly share their view on decisions.
That is a trouble, right? Okay, there is no direct participation of the people, right? Okay, in a democracy, it is impossible, we can say that, up to an extent, it is impossible. People cannot participate in the decision making directly. Clear? So, that here we can say that it's an exceptional case. What is that? This local self-government. Okay, here people can directly participate in the decision making. Okay, people can directly participate in the decision making. So each and every village panchayats is constituted of limited members. Okay, so less numbers of voters will be there in a particular constituency or a particular village panchayats. Okay, so people or the voters can directly participate in the decision making. Okay, that's a speciality of this local self-administration. Local self-administration, giving chances, more chances to the people to participate in the decision making. Participate in the decision making. Okay, so that is one plus point of this local self-government. Okay, and the people can give more importance for the development of their own areas. Okay, so the people of one locality, they know what kind of development program wanted to adopt for their locality. Clear? What type of development program want to adopt for the development of their own locality. Okay, want to give importance for education or want to give importance for the construction of roads or irrigational facilities. So the local people know that. Okay, they know well about their particular area or locality. So it is important. Okay, what is important? Local self-administration or local self-governments are important in a administrative unit there. Okay, basically considering like a federation. Okay, so there is a union government is there, state governments are there, and at the same time local governments also are there. Okay, so basically we studied about we had about village panchayats, right? Right? Village panchayats, block panchayats, and another one, the district panchayats. District panchayats. It's a panchayat level administrative bodies. Okay. Next one for the towns. For the towns. Here, panchayat level administrative bodies in the sense of rural areas, village panchayats, block panchayats, and what? District panchayats. Coming to the urban region, there is another administrative units are there. Okay, like municipalities and municipal corporations, right? Municipalities and municipal corporations are example for rural local, sorry, urban local self-governments, urban local self-governments. Okay, municipalities and municipal corporations, Can anyone tell me what is a local self-government and what is the importance of a local self-government? Lolita Lorraine, wrong class. Please check your timetable. Lolita. Okay, so that's what. If you're opening your textbook, you can see here. Why local governments? Why local governments? Okay, can Abhilash Keliju tell me why local governments? What is the importance of local governments?
So local governments makes decision making much more easier because there's a less number of population to like satisfy, and they can easily express their views on a particular issue easily.
Okay.
And elections to this panchayat raj can also be done easily because of the compacted number of people.
Very good. Okay. So it is easy. Okay. So people in one locality, they know each other, right? Right. Okay. And of course, each and every individual is able to help other person in that particular locality. Okay. So irrespective of political divisions or political ideologies, basically people they will or they are ready to have the other individual in that same locality. All right. Okay, so that's an other plus point for this kind of local self-government, Okay, so please take your notes, everyone. Please take your notes there. Please write down. First point. What is local government? The first question. What is local government? Abhijit Aram, please turn on your camera. First point, government at the village and the district level. Government at the village and the district level. Okay, I already told you that. Rural areas. Write down rural areas. Hyphen. Village panchayats. Block panchayats. Village panchayats. Block panchayats. And district panchayats. Village panchayats, block panchayats, and the district panchayats. Urban area. Tell me what are they in urban area?
Municipality.
So cities.
Municipalities and municipal corporations. Right down. Very good. Municipalities and municipal corporations. Next point. These governments are closest to the common people. What do you understand by that term? These governments are closest to the common people. What do you mean by that?
Most accessible tier.
Definitely, yeah, yeah, very good, very good. Okay.
Accessible to the common people if they
Yeah.
want to.
Anytime the people can approach, right? Okay, people can approach this type of governments. That's what we can say, that these governments are closest, very close to the common people, very close to the common people. Okay. Third one, involve the day-to-day life and problems of ordinary citizens. Involves the day-to-day life and problems of ordinary citizens. Okay, so these types of governments basically involves in the life of each and every individual in that particular local self government's jurisdiction. Clear or not? Okay, they are able to influence the people's life in that particular locality. Last point, believes that this kind of governments believes that local knowledge and local interest are local knowledge and local interests are local knowledge and local interests are essential ingredients for democratic decision making. Essential ingredients for democratic decision making. Democratic decision making also necessary for efficient and people friendly administration Okay, so believes in the local knowledge and local interests. Okay, so the people, those who living in one locality, basically speaking, so a village, we already know that people, they know about the basic problem of their area, right? Their village, clear. And basically, if you're considering with a village, you can say that the village economy is a agrarian one, okay, agricultural based one. So utilizing the knowledge of the people in that village, their interests, okay, basically it is easy to take decisions in the locality, clear, because they can give numerous ideas. Okay, they are able to give numerous ideas because their experience helping them to do so. Clear or not? They're experienced people. They know what to do to improve the agriculture production. Okay, what sort of help they need to regulate their agricultural production. Regulate in the sense of making a regular income without any hassles, without any problems, right or not? Okay, clear. So that people know all these things there. So the government just wanted to get help from these kind of people to take a decision or create a plan or program for the development of one particular locality. So direct participation of the people always help to take good decisions. Okay, so just keep that idea in your mind. So read though that 3 points there first, all of you. Okay, I will repeat for one more time. Observe it clearly. Government at the village and the district level. Okay, in the village level, we know that it is the village panchayat, block panchayat, and the district panchayat. Okay, I mean the rural level. All right. And in the urban level, it is the municipality and the municipal corporations. Okay. And this type of governments are closest to the common people, right? Closest to the common people. Why we can say, what make us to say that these governments are closest to the common people? Huh? What makes? to speak so.
People can approach easily.
Definitely. Okay. Next one. It involves in the day-to-day life and problems of this ordinary citizen and believes that local knowledge and local interest are essential ingredients for democratic decision making, also necessary for efficient and people-friendly administration. Okay, so getting help from the common people, okay, or utilizing their experience is for the local government to take easy decisions, okay, and that will create a easy administration, okay, people friendly administration should be people friendly. It should not create any problem for the ordinary citizens there. All right, nowadays we know that our governments, their policies and programs that creating lots of problem for the common people, right or not? Okay, and the people don't have a great say in the decision making of the government. Okay, so such kind of things are always creating problem in the locality, I mean problem in the country. Okay, so tell me.
Nowadays, it is a problem they give to the private peoples,
Yeah,
that central
almost
government properties.
the public property, I mean public sector undertaking, PSUs. Okay, it is the government decision to sell, okay, clear or not, sell the share of these public sector undertaking companies. Okay, so that's creating a problem for the people, definitely. Okay, not in the nearest future, but in the future it will definitely create a problem for the economy, right? So that's what the economist says, not my opinion, economist opinion. Okay, next one. Next subheading: advantage of local government. 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 So write down. First point, it is so near to the people. It is so near to the people. Okay, local self governments are so near to the people, right? Okay, it is one of the advantages of the local self government. It is so near to the people, near to the people. Next one, convenient for the people to approach the local government. Convenient for the people. Convenient for the people to approach the local government. To approach the local government for solving their problems. For solving their problems. For solving their problems. Both quickly and both quickly and both quickly and with minimum cost can be with minimum cost can be with minimum cost can be very effective in protecting very effective in protecting the local interests of the people. The local interests of the people. Okay. Repeating that point one more time for you. Convenient for the people to approach the local government for solving their problems. Both quickly and with minimum cost can be very effective in protecting the local interest of the people. Okay. So local self-governments are able to solve the issues of the people within short time. Okay, clear? Within short time, or by spending very less amount. Don't want to spend much, it seems there. Okay, minimum cost is spending. So these local governments are protecting the interest of the common people or the local people, protecting the interest of the common people or the local people. Last point in that heading. It is the level of local government. It is at the level of local government. Write down. It is at the level of local government that common citizens can be involved. That common citizens can be involved in decision making. In decision making concerning their lives. Concerning their lives. Concerning their lives, comma, their needs, and above all their development. And above all their development. Is that already clear? Repeating, check it. It is the level of the local government that common citizen can be involved in decision making concerning their lives, their needs, and above all their development. Okay, so in the local government level, almost all the people can participate in the decision making. Okay, and they are always participating in the decision making to make sure their life is protected. Okay, clear or not? Understand? So definitely the common people, we know that we always said about Sabha and Samadhi. Sabha and the Samadhi. Okay, the all eligible voters in one village panchayat is termed as a Sabha. Clear? Gram Sabha. And Samadhi means the administrative unit. Okay, administrative unit. It is the Samadhi. Okay, the government, the local government is the Samadhi. Sabha and Samadhi. Okay, so Sabha is always giving suggestions to the Samadhi. Suggestions to the Samadhi, right? So Samadhi, before taking any decision, always listen the words of the Sabha. Clear? So the people will not suggest anything to the administrative unit called the Samadhi that can be create any problem for their life, right? So we can say that the Sabha always giving suggestions to the Samadhi for the development of their locality, and it will protect the life of the common people in that particular locality. Okay, that's what local self-government for us, local self-government for us, right? Okay, is that clear or not? So I can give you 2 minutes for you people. Please read your notes. Any documents you can ask me now itself first. Come on first. Next subheading for us it is growth of local government in India. Growth of local government in India. So can anyone tell me, in the contemporary India, how the local self-government is able to give more power to women? An idea? It's local self-governments. Any idea about that?
So by having more women representatives.
Definitely. Okay. The representation. Okay. The number increase. Right. Okay. Anything else? So their participation in the political sphere increased, right? Okay. And basically we can say it's called to be women's emancipation, right? Okay, giving more importance for them today. Okay, so in India, local self-governments are playing a great role in that concern, basically speaking. So, okay, is that clear? Okay, so now next topic I already told you that it is related with India and local self-governments. Okay, so write down the subheading: growth of local government in India. First point, self-governing village communities. Self-governing village communities. Self-governing village communities existed in India. Self-governing village communities existed in India from the earliest times. From the earliest times in the form of sabhas. The earliest times in the form of sabhas. Okay, already told you that sabha, right? So eligible members of one locality or one particular village, they will sit together to take decisions. Okay, that's what sabha. Next point, in the course of time, these village bodies took the shape of the panchayats. Took the shape of the panchayats. In bracket you want to write an assembly of 5 persons. An assembly of 5 persons. An assembly of 5 persons. And these panchayats resolved issues at the village level. Resolved issues at the village level. Okay. Clear. So it's a council of 5 members. Panchayat. Clear or not? And these council, they started resolving problems in the village level in ancient India. Okay. Next sentence. In modern times, elected local government bodies, elected local government bodies were created after 1882. Were created after 1882. 1882. Okay. 1882. Okay. 1882. Okay. Lord Ripon, L-O-R-D, Lord Ripon, R-I-P-P-O-N, Lord Ripon, who was the Viceroy of India, at that time, took the initiative in creating these bodies. They were called the local boards. They were called the local boards. They were called the local boards. Okay. So in 1882, Viceroy of that time, Lord Ripon, okay, he took the initiative to create these kind of local legislative bodies, termed as local boards. Local boards. Clear? Okay, so who was a viceroy? Viceroy. Okay, Lord Ripon was the viceroy of that time. And what do you mean by the term viceroy? What kind of post is that?
Sir, it's a temporary post given to
Hmm.
someone to look after a particular region.
Hmm.
And he
Okay.
can essentially act as the overlord over that particular region.
Definitely. Basically speaking, so it is in the colonial period. Colonial period. The British Crown, okay, appoint someone to look after the administration of India. Okay, clear or not? In the name of the Queen or the King of Britain, that particular individual will rule the country, rule India. Okay, he or she is known as what? The Viceroy. The Viceroy. Okay, the powerful officer. Okay, the powerful officer, a bureaucrat. Okay, appointed by the British Crown to administrate or look after the administration of India. Okay, he is a viceroy. He's the viceroy. So at that time, it was Lord Ripon. It was a Lord Ripon, the then viceroy of India. Clear? So these many points are enough for this period. We will continue in the next class. So please read it. Okay. Okay, everyone. Thank you. We will meet in the next session.